Welcome back to another edition of the Washington Nationals here on OOTP 27. And as you can see, it is time for the World Series. We are attempting the three-peat. We have made it all the way from the DS, sweeping the Nationals, beating the Pirates 4-1, and now in the World Series after the Astros, who just swept the Twins, are representing the American League. Our team is looking exactly the same as it was in the LCS. We're not making any changes from it. So let's take a look at what this Astros team looks like quickly. 94 wins coming out of the West Division. During the regular season, they were a very well-rounded team, scoring a lot of runs, third in the American League, and then also not giving up a lot of runs, first in the American League. Very good ball club in front of us. They're pitching. Game 1, it's going to be Antonio Ortiz, who they picked up out of free agency. As a Venezuelan, I think he was like the last guy who, before I turned off the random nationality for established guys, but he's been really good for them. He's going to go game 1. Game 2, they've got Jason Perez, who's a young pitcher for them. They took him in round 16 in 2029. He does currently have an injury, so he might not be able to go that game. But then they have Larry Hollick, another young pitcher for them. And then they have Daniel Palencia at age 35 in the rotation. Interesting. Did not have a good season for them. Looks like he was hurt. Yeah, coming back from radial nerve decompression surgery. But in the rotation nonetheless. While in the bullpen, Juan Ramirez, incredible lefty closer they have. Then they have Bryce Davis as their setup man, another really good reliever. Zach Agnos is a good reliever. I thought about actually going after him in the offseason. They signed him instead. Chase Davis, good lefty to have in the pen. Orion Kirkring still kicking around. He's a good right-hander that they have in their pen. Hunter Brown is a long man, no longer good. He's wrecked and just completely cooked. This guy's whatever. Tink Hence, name we know. Good control. And then they got Corey Gray, another really good lefty from Rowan. Okay. From Glassboro, New Jersey. I believe where Rowan is located. Yes. I knew that. D3 school. D3 school. They're the Rowan Profs. And then on the hitting side of things, their best player is Albert Fermin, their second baseman, out of the Dominican Republic. Put together back-to-back 6-win seasons, essentially. And then Chad Black, 4-win season for him. Big-time slap hitter. Kind of like Dylan O'Ray, but doesn't quite have the eye that Dylan O'Ray has. But 4 wins nonetheless for him. And then they have Dylan Gelman, 27 years old, from Braintree, Mass, with the University of Buffalo. 3-win player. Another sort of bat-the-ball skills for him. Then William Contreras is on their bench for some reason. Sure. Mike Wheaton is their first baseman. He's a decent bat. Mark Hooker. Big-time power on him. 80-grade power from Mark Hooker. Definitely going to be looking out for that. They got Jason Churio in center field. Not quite the numbers he's been putting up in the past, but still a good player on paper, is having a down year. And then Franklin Arias is their shortstop. He is wrecked, but he's currently healthy and a good player. Their catcher is, for whatever reason, they're catching this guy and not William Contreras. Seems odd to me. Geraldo Perdomo's on their bench. This guy's whatever, who cares? And then their right fielder is more bat-to-ball skills. Elijah Dean, who looks like he's won that was a Silver Slugger in 2032, sure. All right, folks, it is Game 1 of the World Series here in Washington, D.C. Going for the three-peat. Tarek Skubal on the bump for us. Harry Ford behind the plate. We've made a couple changes to the lineup here. Jimenez is not in the lineup today. And then we've shuffled around some guys as Ford is leading things off for us. And then on the bump for them, Antonio Ortiz. Let's get into it here. Game 1. Skubal, scoreless frame. Offense does nothing. And Skubal is hurt. Back injury. So we immediately have to pivot to a opener. So I think we might just go maybe not Hardcastle. Maybe we go opener Rouse. Or follower, rather. Follower Alex Rouse. And try to give us some depth here. As Alex Rouse comes into the game. And of course, he's immediately in some trouble. Runner on second here with one out. Strikes out Churio. Brings up Franklin Arias. All right, so they don't move up. 2-2 now. Struck him out. So Rouse picks up 2 Ks. Gets out of the inning. We're on to the bottom of the second. As we have second and third, nobody out for Luis Hernandez. And he's going to deliver with a little dinky shot into center field. That's going to score a run. It's a 1-0 lead here for the Nats. Runners on the corners now with nobody out for Angel Feliz, who takes an 0-2 pitch out to right center field. That's going to land in for a base knock. Everyone moves up 90 feet. It's a 2-0 lead now here for the Nats. First and second, nobody out here for Castillo. A knuckleball. This guy throws a fucking knuckleball? I just now realized he's a knuckleballer. What the hell? Okay. Somehow I just... That never even crossed my mind when I was looking at him before. He's a knuckleballer. Okay. So first and second still. One out for O'Ray. Double steal. I mean, you're not going to be able to throw anybody out throwing knuckleballs. Full count now to O'Ray. Spits on ball 4. Bases are drunk for Harry Ford at the top of the order. And then he's going to, of course, ground into an inning-ending 6-4-3 double play and completely kill the momentum. As we're on to the third. Rouse in some trouble. First and second, nobody out for Gelman, who hits one well to left center field, but Castillo tracks it down with his long legs. One down. Brings up Mike Wheaton. And they're double stealing, and everyone's safe. So second and third with one out here for Mike Wheaton. 1-2. Goes down swinging. So now it's 2 down. Brings up Albert Fermin, their best player, as he crushes one down the right field line, and that is out of here. 3-run blast, and they are now on top. Alex Rouse could not hold the lead. Unfortunately, is able to get at it from there, though. So now bottom 3. Tie game immediately. James Wood just tied the game with a solo home run. And now Luke Korsch's on second base for Jerry Harris. And he's going to deliver with a single over the head of the shortstop. Find some outfield grass. Going to score Korsha. RBI single. We're back on top 4-3 in this game. Brings up Brady Ebel. Ground ball. Infield single for Brady Ebel. Busting it down the line. First and second, nobody out for Luis Hernandez. Hits one into right field, but right at the right fielder. One down, brings up Feliz. Double steal, and we get thrown out. So now it's just a runner on second with 2 outs for Feliz, who delivers with a blast to right center off the top of the wall. That's going to be extra bases. Score a run. He's not stopping at 2. That's going to be a triple for Angel Feliz. Gives us a 5-3 ball game. Imagine if we had 2 runners on for that. We'll take a 2-run lead, though. As then Castillo digs in. They bring in Tink Hentz out of the bullpen. And Castillo goes to center field, but that's going to be caught for out number 3 by Churio. We're on to the 4th now. Rouse works a scoreless frame. We don't do anything in the bottom of the 5th, or bottom of the 4th. We're on to the 5th now. Let's see if he can get through it. He can indeed. Scoreless frame. Bottom 5 now. Offense does nothing. We're not going to let him pitch the 6th. We're going to go... Jay Nelson. And of course, not quite, he's in trouble here, but not quite a disaster. First and second, 2 outs. Works a ground ball, fields it himself, throws the first, easy stuff. Nelson gets out of it. We're on to the bottom half of the inning. They bring in a lefty. And we have a runner on second base with 1 out here for Dylan O'Ray. who hits one out to center field. That's going to be caught for out number 2. Runner stays put. Now it's Harry Ford, who hits one out to right field. That's also caught. We strand the runner at second. So we're on to the 7th here, where we will turn to... let's turn to Hollick. Hollick's going to come in the game. Work a scoreless frame. We're on to the bottom of the inning. All right. Korsha's on second here for Jerry Harris. They intentionally walk him to set up the double play here for Brady Ebel. Lefty on lefty. We are going to counter with a pinch hit, though. Wilkin Tamariz going to pinch hit here. He's been pinch hitting all season long. Going to play first base here on out as well. And he hits it in the air out to left field, and that's going to be out number... Oh, that somehow lands in. He fielded that like he was a 11-year-old you stashed out there in left field. What was that? It was like he was scared of the ball or something. Interesting. Base is juiced now as Tamariz gets on here for Luis Hernandez, who hits one off the end of the bat, and that might be an infield single. It is indeed. Everyone is safe. It's a 6-3 ball game. Brings up Angel Feliz. And he's punched out on strike 3. So now it's 2 down here for Castillo. Ball gets away. That's going to make it a 7-3 game. So second and third here for Castillo. Grounds one over to first base. Through the legs, it's Bill Buckner. It's a Bill Buckner play over at first base. Another run comes in. It's 8-3. Dylan O'Ray works a 3-0 count. Spits on ball 4. Bases are juiced yet again. Harry Ford's up. Hits one in the air to center field, and that's probably going to be the end of it. It is indeed. But we are now up 8-3 in this ball game. On to the top of the 8th. Evan Hollick. We'll see if we can get to this guy. 2-2 count. Struck him out. Dean Churio. You know, we haven't had the lefties come in a while, so let's bring in Herrera against the lefty here. And he works a pop fly to left field, gets his 1 out, and we are now on to the bottom of the 8th. As we're still cooking, let's just half it, see what happens. We tack on 1 more run. How exactly did we do it? Wood doubles, they bring in a new pitcher. Ground out from Korsha. Harris singles. Tamariz flies out. Hernandez singles. And I guess that scored a run. Or was it? No, it was the Harris single scored him. So now we're on to the top of the 9th. Herrera's just going to pitch this inning. Works a scoreless frame. We take game 1 of the World Series 1 step closer to the three-peat. And Tarek Skubal is out for 2 weeks with a herniated disc. He is now going to be removed off of the postseason roster. Alrighty, folks, it is game 2 of the World Series. Dax Hardcastle is on the bump for us. We've removed Skubal off the roster, and we just kept Rouse as his spot in the rotation since he just had that follower appearance anyways. And now Eric Agro is back on the postseason roster here as a reliever. Another arm to have in the bullpen. Let's get into it here. Melvin Jimenez back at catcher. Basically the only change. Hernandez is leading things off. Moved around a couple guys, but for the most part, it's the same group of guys. As Hardcastle is immediately in some trouble. Second and third, nobody out. 1-2 count. Shad Black grounds out to third base. They just take the easy out at first. 1 down. But a run comes in, so it's a 1-0 Astros lead. Full count to Hooker here. Skies one to shallow right field. For whatever reason, we're not getting that called off, and Harris just lets it fall in. What the fuck? But then we strike out Wheaton, so it's 2 down. Jason Churio. Lined right to Ebel. So it's a 1-0 lead for the Astros here onto the bottom half of the first. We do nothing. Nothing going top 2 for them. And we're threatening here in the second. Runner on second, 1 out. Melvin Jimenez, 2-2 count. Hits it well, not really well, just pops at the center field. 2 down, runner stays put. Here's Angel Feliz, 0-2 count to him. Slow roller out to short, easy play. Nothing going, we're on to the third inning. Scoreless frame for Dax. The offense with a leadoff double here from Castillo. Now it's Dylan O'Ray, works a full count. Who skies one into shallow center field. The shortstop ranges back, makes the play. Brings up Luis Hernandez with the top of the order, 0-2 count. Crushed. Opposite field home run, 2-run blast from Luis Hernandez on an 0-2 count. And the Nats are on top 2-1 here in this ball game. Anything else going from the offense? Nothing. We're on to the fourth. Hardcastle scoreless frame. Offense cooking here. Jimenez on second base for Angel Feliz. Ground ball up the middle is going to be fielded for out number 2. Runner moves at the third base. Here for Castillo. Hits it well to center field, but not well enough as that's going to be caught by Churio for out number 3. We're on to the fifth. Hardcastle scoreless frame. Offense threatening. Runner on second in Dylan O'Ray here for James Wood. Goes down swinging. Now it's 2 down for Luke Corsia. He pops it up to the first baseman, and that's the third out of the inning. Still a 2-1 game as we are on to the sixth. Hardcastle in some trouble, but it's 2 outs, runner on second. Full count to Wheaton, as that's crushed. 2-run blast. The Nats are now up 3-2 in this ball game. Figured Hardcastle would be able to get out of it, but instead we let him in for just a little bit too long. And now we're going to go to the pen for Sime. Gets out of it from there. Bottom 6 here. Offense does nothing. Sime in the 7th. Works a scoreless frame. Bottom 7, it's Castillo, O'Ray. We'll just let the guys hit. All right. So Castillo gets on, then swiped second or something. And now O'Ray is up with a runner on second base. 2-1 count. Lefty on lefty action. Ground ball at the shortstop. Basically just a sack bunt. So runner 90 feet away from scoring in a 1-run game here for the top of the order and Luis Hernandez. And he delivers. Again, Luis Hernandez has driven in every run for us this game with a 2-run shot and now an RBI single here in the 7th. Ties it up at 3. Anything else? All right. So Wood just gets on. Now it's first and second. 1 out here for Corsia. Double steal. Everyone's safe. But it's an 0-2 to Corsia. Works it back 2-2. And he rips one through the right side of the infield. That's going to score 1, possibly 2. 2 RBI single for Luke Corsia. Massive late game, high leverage situation hit for the Australian. 5-3 lead here for the Nats. Nothing else going in the inning, but we're on to the 8th now. As it's top of the order here. We'll bring in a righty. We'll bring in Lawyerson. Works a scoreless frame. Offense does nothing. It's a 2-run lead in the 9th. You know what time it is. Bobby Matamoros in the game. Easy peasy. 2-game lead here for the Nationals. Matamoros, 2 Ks in the inning. Gets his 4th save of the postseason. Luis Hernandez, 2 hits on the day. 2 runs, 3 ribbies. 3 hits for Jimenez. I mean, he's just fully back. He's our catcher. Castillo had a 2-hit day. He scored twice. Solid day from the offense. Solid day from the pitching. We'll take it. Alrighty, folks. Had an off day in between. Now the series is in Houston. We're up 2-0 here in the 2035 World Series. Daniel Palencia is on the bump for the Astros. We have Isaac Leone going for us. It's going to be Steinmetz next game. We're hoping they're going to be able to put together decent enough performances, as once again Luis Hernandez is leading things off for us. Tamariz is actually playing first base today, and then Jimenez is back in at catcher. Top one, offense does nothing. Leone gives up a leadoff home run, gets at it from there, so it's a 1-0 Astros lead. We do nothing in the second, and Leone's in some trouble. But then strikes out the next guy, so 1 down, runner on second here for Arias. That is hit towards the left field Crawford Street boxes, but not quite deep enough. 2 down as Corsia puts it away. Now it's Elijah Dean, who skies 1 to center field, and that is out number 3. So Leone gets through the second. On to the third now. As the offense is threatening, Luis Hernandez up with a 1-2 count with a runner on second. And 2 outs. And he hits a screamer right at Hooker in left field for out number 3. Bottom of the third now. Leone works a scoreless frame. Offense threatening. First and second. 2 outs here for us. Melvin Jimenez. Ground ball to shortstop. Nothing going for the offense. We're onto the bottom half of the frame. Leone's in some trouble. First and second. 1 out. Ground ball gets you out of it. Full count here to Churio. Spits on ball 4. Bases are juiced. I'm tempted to bring in somebody like C-May or Nelson. You know what? You made this mess. You deal with it, Leone. Get us out of it. He's going to get us out of it. Oh, throw to first, not in time, but we get the runner at the plate. Still 1-0. Here's Elijah Dean. Struck him out. Leone gets out of it. Strands the bases loaded. Still a 1-0 game. We're on to the top of the 5th. Offense does nothing. Leone gives up a solo shot. And now as a runner on second, we're going to the bullpen. It's going to be Jay Nelson coming in for us. Line drive at the center field, caught by Castillo. Runner will tag up. The throw will not get him in time, so it's 2 down. Runner on third. Here for Mark Hooker, who takes ball 4. Now it's on the corners here for Mike Wheaton. And he goes down swinging. So Nelson gets out of it from there, but they do tack on 1 more run on a solo shot. It's now top 6. We got to do something with this. First and second, nobody out for Luke Corsia. Ground ball into the hole, but fielder's choice for Corsia. They got him? Somehow they get him. So now it's runner on third, 2 outs. Harris going against the shift. I don't know what the hell they're doing there. But they got nobody in the right field corner, and Harris hits a double. It's a 2-1 game. We're on the board. The lead is cut in half. Here's Wilkin Tamariz, who just grounds one at the shortstop for out number 3. So we're on to the bottom of the 6th. Nelson works a scoreless frame. Still a 2-1 game. On to the 7th. Nothing going for the offense. We're on to the bottom of the 7th now. We'll go batter by batter here. Nelson against their 9-hitter. Chopped right into the dirt. Easy play for Jimenez, or what should be. What the fuck was that? Ground ball, 3-6-3 perhaps? Or 3-6-1, all right. Double play brings up Gelman. Ground ball at the shortstop. Easy play for Feliz. Nelson works a scoreless 7th. We are on to the 8th. Hernandez, Wood, Corsia due up. 1-2 to Hernandez. Lefty Juan Ramirez, their big-time closer in the game for a 2-out save. Hernandez grounds out for the first out. 3-1 to James Wood. Sliced into left field. That's off the wall in left field. That's going to be probably a double. It is indeed. One out double for James Wood, and suddenly the tying run is on second base. Go ahead run in the batter's box in Luke Corsia. And he goes down swinging. Now it's Jerry Harris. He also goes down swinging. And we're on to the bottom of the 8th. We're going to bring Matamoros in to keep it where it is. And of course, Matamoros in a non-save situation is just not getting it done. Caught by Wood. Runner moves up to third base, so it's on the corners here with one out now. I mean, you got to trust Matamoros. Struck him out. If you don't trust Matamoros, you don't trust fucking anybody. And we shouldn't have trusted Matamoros. Franklin Arias delivers. And it looks like the Astros are going to take their first game of this series as they're up 4-1 now. Matamoros is going to come out of the game. We're going to go Mangione simply because he hasn't pitched in forever. Get him some work. Works a ground ball. And that's the third out of the inning. But we are now down 3, heading into the top of the 9th. Crazier things have happened, but it's definitely going to take some doing here. Leading things off is Tamariz. Ground ball at the third base. He's retired for out number 1. Now it's Jimenez as a lefty here. We're going to bring in Ford to pinch hit. Full count is ripped down the right field line. That's going to be a double for Harry Ford. So not quite dead yet. He's rounding second, heading into third. It's a triple for Harry Ford. Pinch hit triple. Electric. And now it's Angel Feliz. 3-1. That's hit into left center field, but caught. It will tag up the run to make it a 4-2 game, but now we have no base runners and 2 outs. Here for Castillo, who... Gabby's probably our best bet against the lefty. Yeah, we're going to go Gabby, Barry, to come in and pinch hit. 1-2 count. And just watches it bat in his shoulder like he's a fucking little leaguer. We drop game 3. The Astros take their first of the series. It's a 2-1 series now. All right, folks, we're back here for game 4. It's a 2-1 series. Here in Houston, Hunter Brown, who is a 45, I guess they're starting him. He was in the bullpen, but now he's starting for them. He's cooked. We should be able to get to him, but who knows? And then on the bump for us is Jacob Steinmetz. Not exactly the best pitching matchup here of all time, but it is what it is. As we do nothing top 1, they do nothing top 1. We do nothing top 2, they do nothing bottom 2. We have a runner on second base to lead off the third. And then basically a sack bunt there from Castillo. As now we're top of the order here with Hernandez with a runner on third base and 1 out. And Hernandez spits on ball 4. So runners on the corners here. Brings up James Wood. Swiping second is Hernandez. Now it's 2 in scoring position here for Wood. Takes a 2-2 count out to center field. That's probably going to be too shallow to tag up anybody, and it is indeed. So we're at risk of not scoring anybody here. But Luke Corsia's not going to let that happen. Ripping one out to right center field over the head of the outfielder. That's going to score 2. And Corsia's got the speed to make it 3. He is on 3. He's not scoring 3, but it's a 2 RBI triple by Luke Corsia. 2-0 lead for the Nationals here. Brings up Jerry Harris, who proceeds to go down swinging, but we tack on 2 and take the lead. And then Steinmetz gives up a solo shot, gets at it from there. It's a 2-1 ball game now, on to the 4th. 3-1 ball game. As Feliz walked. They brought in a new pitcher, and then Josh DiCastillo doubled in Feliz. So it's a 3-1 ball game. Runner on second base here for Dylan O'Ray. And that's going to be the third out of the inning. So we're now on to the bottom half of the fourth with a 2-run lead. Steinmetz in some trouble, but it's 2 outs, runner on second. As Mike Wheaton is going to deliver and probably make it a 3-2 game here. With a double. That is indeed what happened. So it's a 3-2 ball game. Jason Churio is up. Lined right at Harris makes the play. We're through 4. Top 5 now. Nothing going for the offense. Steinmetz in some trouble. Gives up a leadoff triple to Franklin Arias. And then Elijah Dean is going to pop this one to center field. That's going to tag the runner up from third base. It's a tie ball game. Can Steinmetz get out of the 5th at least? He can indeed. That's probably going to be the end of his line, though. So top 6 here, 3-3 ball game. Runner on second base, 1 out here for Melvin Jimenez. Lefty on lefty crime, delivers with a base knock. Brady Ebel goes to third base. It's runners on the corners here with 1 out for Feliz. And he skies it to the first baseman. 2 down. Now it's Castillo. They bring in the right-hander. And he goes down swinging. So we strand 2. On to the 6th now. Steinmetz is going to come out of the game. We're going to bring Miguel Cime into the game. He works a scoreless frame. Offense is threatening. First and second, nobody out here for James Wood. Full count, lefty on lefty. Ground ball at the third base, and that's going to be a 5-4-3 around the horn double play. Runner on third now with 2 outs for Luke Corsia, who clobbers one. Kiss that baby goodbye. 2-run blast. He's now driven in 4 runs in this ballgame with a triple and a home run. It's now a 5-3 lead here for the Nationals as the Australian delivers. Anything else going for our offense? Not quite. Cime going to pitch the 7th. Works a scoreless frame here in the 8th now. Nothing going. Cime going to pitch the 8th. He's fatigued, but it's mid-AB. 2 outs. And he walks him. So Cime is going to come out of the game here. We're going to bring in Evan Hollick here to get 1 out in the 8th. Ground ball right back to him. Fields it himself. Throws the first. That's 3 down. We're on to the top of the 9th, trying to tack on some insurance runs. Alrighty. 3-1 count. Runner on second, 2 outs here for James Wood, who hits one into center field. That's going to land in for a base knock. Score another run, perhaps. It is indeed 6-3 is your score. 3-run lead for the Nationals. Wood's on first base. Anything else going? It's an 8-3 game. So after Wood scores, Corsia with a 2-run. Corsia has 6 ribbies on the day. Holy shnikes. It's an 8-3 game. Anything else going? No. But now Hollick's just going to pitch this because it's not a Matamora situation. 2 outs, runner on second. 1-2 to Churio. Fly ball right field. Wood's going to come on, make that play. As we are now up 3-1 here in the World Series. The Astros' backs are against the wall. Huge stuff. 6 ribby performance, 3 hits and 2 runs for Luke Corsia. Dominance from him. 11 hits from the offense, held them to 4. Steinmetz was not his best, but he did enough. The offense picked him up. Cime was really, really good. 2 2/3, no hits, no runs, a walk and 5 Ks, and then Hollick closed things out with a 1 1/3 innings save. Hell yes, 3-1 series lead. All right, folks, it is Game 5. We are up 3-1 with a chance to clinch a third straight World Series. Wearing the blue tops, they're in the orange. Lineup is the same from last game. They have Antonio Ortiz, the knuckleballer, going. We have Alex Rouse, who is taking Scooble's spot in the rotation because Scooble got hurt, and Rouse was the follower in his start where he got hurt. So Rouse is going for us. Hardcastle is not quite ready. He will be next game if needed in Washington, but we're hoping to close things out right here. So top one, nothing going for the offense, nothing going for them, nothing going for us, and they hit a solo shot. It's a 1-0 lead for the Astros, and they're still not done. First and second, nobody out. Double steal, they're both safe. Not good. Full count to Arias. Strike 3. 1 down now for Trey Snyder. He struck out. That's 2 down now. Strike 3. Somehow we strand 2 runners on second and third with nobody out to keep it a 1-0 game. Alex Rouse, incredible inning there. Offense does nothing. Rouse, scoreless third. We're on to the fourth. All right, Jerry Harris is up with a runner on second base and 1 out. Full count. That's hit well to right field, but not well enough. It's tracked down by the right fielder. 2 down, runner stays put. Here's Brady Ebel. 2-2 count to him. Swings through the knuckleball. So, still 1-0 here, bottom 4. Rouse works a scoreless frame. We're on to the 5th. Runner on second here for Joshdy Castillo. Works a full count. Spits on ball 4. It's first and second now with 1 out. Here for Dylan O'Ray. Jumping on that first pitch and sending it out to left center field. Lands in for a base knock. RBI single. Never mind. Angel Feliz is gunned out at the plate. Holy shit. Insane relay throw. Still a 1-0 lead for the Astros. First and second now with 2 outs here for Luis Hernandez. And he hits it on the ground at the shortstop. But it's an infield single. It looked like it took a bad hop off the mound there. Everyone is safe. Base is drunk here for James Wood. And he goes down swinging. Knuckleball in the dirt. Still a 1-0 lead for the Astros as we cannot hit the knuckleball today. And Alex Rouse, we're going to go batter by batter here. Trey Snyder, first batter up. Spits on ball 4. The 9th hitter. All right, so now they're on second. But then he works a pop fly. 1 down, runner on second. Top of the order here. This might be the end of the line for Rouse. I'm thinking we're gonna take him out here, and we're gonna bring in Jay Nelson, who has been on fire for us. 2-1 count here with 1 out, runner on second. Down the line, not quite deep enough to score the runner, it looks like, yes. So runners on the corners here, 1 out. Double play isn't a possibility now. But then Mike Wheaton eliminates that as he rips one up the middle for an RBI single to make it a 2-0 lead here for the Astros. Now it's Albert Fermin, their best player, with 15 ribbies this postseason. Nelson strikes him out, though. And now it is Mark Hooker, their big bopper. Pitch gets away from the catcher. Both runners move up. 2 in scoring position here with 2 outs. 2-2 here to Hooker. Goes down swinging. So it's a 2-0 lead here for the Astros, as we got to be able to try to get to this knuckleballer. He's got 6 Ks through 5. Here we're top 6 now. Still nothing. Bottom 6. Oh, man. We're going to go to Yoder here, because he's capable of giving us some length. Hasn't pitched in forever. And he's rusty. This is not good. Second and third, nobody out for Franklin Arias. Struck him out. Trey Snyder struck him out. No! I thought he was going to strike him out. I should have taken him out. I should have taken him out. Instead, he's going to give up a 2 RBI double, and now it's a 4-0 lead for the Astros. We take Yoder out of the game for Cody Lawyerson. Works a ground ball at the shortstop. That's out number 3. But now we're down 4-0. We've got the 7th, 8th, and 9th, 3 frames to do something. Can we do anything? Nothing in the 7th. How about the 8th? All right, 1st and 2nd, nobody out here for Luke Corsia. That's down the line into the corner, off the top of the wall. Corsia's got that speed. He is stopping at second, it looks like. Yes, indeed. RBI double makes it a 4-1 game. So we finally tacked on a run. Nobody out. 2nd and 3rd, Jerry Harris. Ground ball, they're going to go home with it, but they can't get the runner. It's a wide throw. It's a 4-2 game. Everyone is safe. Runners on the corners. Nobody out. Brady Ebel, lefty on lefty. I am not letting that situation happen. It's Wilkin Tamariz coming in to pinch hit and play first base the rest of the way out. And he strikes out. So 1 down now, brings up Jimenez, and they bring in a righty, so we're going to leave Jimenez in the game. And he goes down looking. Or a check swing, whatever it was. And now it's Feliz. Well hit, but right at the center fielder. So we tack on 2, cut their lead in half. But now we have the 9th to possibly score 2. If Lawyerson or whoever we bring in here... You will let Lawyerson go. Scoreless frame. Boom. Beautiful stuff. Down by 2, top 9. Crazier things have happened. Castillo, O'Ray, Hernandez due up. 1-2 to Castillo. Goes down swinging. Now they bring in a lefty to face O'Ray. We're going to let him hit. 0-2. Off the end of the bat. Doesn't quite have the speed to beat it out, so that's just 2 quick outs. And now it's Luis Hernandez, who's going to be first pitch swinging. Ground ball at the third base. We go 1-2-3. And it's now a 3-2 series. It's going back to Washington for Game 6. Gotta win it. We do not want a Game 7. Here we are, folks. Game 6. We're up 3-2 in the series. We are trying to win it here. We do not want a Game 7, even if we are at home. Mainly because it's going to be like Isaac Leone pitching Game 7 for us, and I'd rather have Dax Hardcastle just end it for us right here. The lineup is the same as last game. Hernandez in the leadoff spot. Let's get into it. And of course, Hardcastle's going to have some trouble. 1st and 2nd, 1 out. 0-2 to Hooker. Struck him out. Brings up Elijah Dean. Full count. Struck him out too. So, strand 2 runners. Scoreless frame. Offense immediately up 1-0. James Wood with a solo shot. We're still cooking. Luke Corsia on second base here for Jerry Harris. Hits one well to deep center field, but caught. Corsia stays put, brings up Brady Ebel, who grounds one over to first base for the 3rd out of the inning. So it's a 1-0 lead for the Nationals as we are on to the 2nd. Hardcastle in some trouble here. Runner on second, but it's 2 outs. As their catcher skies at the center field for out number 3. So scoreless frame from Hardcastle onto the bottom of the 2nd. Offense does nothing. Their offense does nothing in the 3rd. Same with ours in the 3rd. We're on to the 4th. Hardcastle scoreless frame. It's 2-0 Nationals. Jerry Harris with a solo shot. We're up 2-0 with 2 solo shots here in this game. On to the 5th. Hardcastle scoreless frame. Offense does nothing. Hardcastle scoreless frame. Offense does nothing. We're on to the 7th now. Hardcastle scoreless frame. Offense tags on another solo shot. Brady Ebel, finally! That's only his second home run of the postseason. He's been slumping all postseason. And finally delivers with one there. Anything else going? No. 3-0 lead, all on solo shots here. Top 8. We're not going to risk around with Dax Hardcastle trying to go deep into a game here. We are just, let's go batter by batter. Why not? Batter by batter, full count here to Arias. That's going to be flying at the center field. Castillo makes the play for out number 1. He is at 104 pitches, so he is pushing it. Next batter up, Snyder. Ground ball at the second base. 2 down. Brings up their catcher, the 9-hitter. Struck him out. Dax Hardcastle has pitched 8 scoreless innings here in Game 6 of the World Series. And now in bottom 8, offense is threatening. First and second, 1 out here for Luke Corsia. Only stealing third, and he's safe, so it's runners on the corners now here for Corsia. 3-0 count to him. Spits on ball 4. Ducks are on the pond as Tink Hence has to come out of the game. Orion Kirkring comes on to face Jerry Harris with the bases juiced. There it is, folks. There it fucking is. 7-0 for the Nationals. Grand slam, Jerry Harris. Oh my God, we're going to do it. It's going to be a three-peat, folks. It's going to be a three-peat. As we're still not done. Brady Ebel's on second base here for Melvin Jimenez. He skies it to the shortstop. That's 2 down. Angel Feliz works a full count, goes down swinging. We're on to the 9th, and even though it's not a save situation, we're going to put Bobby Matamoros on the bump to close it out. First batter up. Gelman, who's leading off, top of the order. Ground ball to shortstop. Feliz, ranging to his left, makes the play. 1 down. Next batter up is Castillo. No. Castillo's Arga. This is Mike Wheaton, who hits one down the left field line. They just hit a home run off Bobby Matamoros. The shutout is no longer... And he was hurt. Oh my... Elbow inflammation. So Matamoros has to come out of the game. Who deserves to be on the hill for this? How about Jay Nelson? Let's just risk it. It gets out of it from there. I should have did it till we got to see the guys piling on the field, but I forgot. It's a three-peat, folks. 3 in a row for the Washington Nationals. I mean, what can you say? Just insane team. Dax Hardcastle goes 8 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 8 Ks and 110 pitches in Game 6 of the World Series to close it out. Matamoros couldn't get it done, got hurt. Jay Nelson closes it out instead. Fantastic stuff. 3 in a row. As the series MVP, Luis Hernandez. He was the DS MVP. The LCS MVP was Jerry Harris. And then the World Series, Luis Hernandez slashed 417, 481, 542 with 10 hits in 24 ABs at the top of the order. Fantastic stuff. Ebel actually had a good World Series. Harris had the grand slam. He was popping off. James Wood was hitting. Corsia had that insane, Game 3? Whatever it was, where he had 6 ribbies. And then everybody else was just kind of teetering along with Corsia, Wood, Harris, Ebel, Hernandez led the way. And then the pitching-wise, Dax Hardcastle, just dominant throughout the World Series here. 13 2/3 innings, 8 hits allowed, 1 home run, 2 walks, and 12 Ks. Getting it done. Fantastic stuff. 3 in a row. What can you even say? We win 110 games. We have upped our win total 3 years in a row, and we win the World Series all 3 years. After what was it? We couldn't even get past the first round. For like all these seasons, we couldn't get past the first round. So 2028, the first year we make the playoffs in this series, we beat the Cubs around 1, then we lose in the LCS. I'm like, all right, it's the first time we're there, we've arrived, whatever. Then 2029, we once again beat the Cubs in the LCS, or the DS, lose in the LCS to the Dodgers. All right, whatever. And then 2030, we get first rounded by the Phillies. 2031, we get first round in the wild card by the Braves. And then 2032, first rounded by the Dodgers, swept in the DS. And then ever since then, it's just been 2033 World Series, 2034 World Series, and now this year, a third in a row over the Houston Astros, the Washington Nationals. Hell yes. And now it's time for an off-season of a lot of change heading into 2036.